Hi Eagles, it's me. Here we are with our guided practice for 13.5 today. And if you notice, this is our last lesson of the topic, so you know what that means. That's right, we're taking a math test this week. Also, this one here is a problem-solving lesson, which means we're probably going to have to think a little bit harder on some of these questions. Please make sure you are trying to do your very best using all the knowledge that you know to answer these questions. All right, so for 13.5, our learning target is going to be, I can solve a simpler problem or draw a picture to solve a complex problem. The word complex just means maybe a two question or maybe a little bit of a harder one. So today we're going to be working on solving a simpler problem to help us solve a harder one. Now, I hope that you guys have already watched the video for 13.5 about putting the tables together because that video gives you a good preview of what we're doing today. So once again, today you're going to need some paper and a pencil. And if you would like to follow along in your book, pause me at any time. And today we are on page 318. 13.5, solving a simpler problem. Now, one thing that I like to do with problem solving is draw pictures. To me, it really helps out because then I have a little bit more of a visual aid. So number one says Kendrick is folding a rectangular piece of paper to make a number line. Remember when we tried to make the fraction strip number line? That was a toughie. If he folds it in half 3 times, how many creases will the paper have? Now there are different ways you could do this. If you have a piece of paper lying around, you could take it and fold it in half 3 times. For instance, I have a little Post-it here, and I'm going to fold it in half. So I'm going to fold it in half 1. Now I got to be careful because the sticky side's there, so I'm going to go this way. 2. And then folding it one more time. 3. And look how tiny it got. So then I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to count how many creases do I have. So if I put a little hash mark on each one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different creases. Can you guys see that? Okay. So another way we could have done that is to draw a rectangular shape on our paper. So if here is my rectangular shape, and I'm going to fold it or cut it in half 3 times. I'm going to cut it in half 1 time here. Now remember, we're putting on our perfect goggles. So there's 1 time. Pretend it's perfect. Now we're going to cut it in half again. So then I would go like this. So that's our second cut. Now we have to cut it in half 1 more time, which means each one of those pieces gets cut in half. So I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see if we have the same number of hash marks here, or dotted lines, as I do on my Post-it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 creases. Oh, no, I think I hit the wrong button. Okay, so if you look at that, it says how many creases will the paper have? So you need to just write down, make sure you're answering the right question, 7 creases. Now number 2. Number 2 makes us think about the question from the video, of putting the tables together. It says, how is the problem above broken into simpler problems? So remember up here, he was putting these tables together, and you know that each side is 4 feet. So if you think about how was this an easier problem than figuring out when he put the 3 of them together? Well, first, we figured out the perimeter of one table. And then from there, that's what helps you for the rest of it. If you can figure out the perimeter of the first table, then you know about the rest. Okay, now this is a complete problem-solving lesson, and some of these are very challenging, so I do want to do a few more with you. All right, let's move on to number 4. You know I usually skip the ones where you write your own problem because those can just be confusing. However, if you would like to try one for mom and dad to solve, that could be fun. Okay, number 4. Abed is helping his father build a fence. Hey, we built a fence. Each section of the fence has a post at each end. Make a table showing how many posts will be needed. There are 1, 2, 3, and 5 sections of the fence. Look for a pattern. Now, just like in the video, we are going to draw a table. And I know that in this, for some reason, it skips the number 4, but I don't want to skip that because that will confuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, the biggest thing is that we're looking for a pattern. Oops, pretend that my table is perfect place. It's a little bit chaotic. So my table looks like this. So I have sections on the top, and we're going to fill in the posts at the bottom. Now, I also think it would be good to draw a picture because that's really going to help me. So if I had one section of a fence, my section would look like this. Post, fence, post, and this is one section. So how many posts do we have? We have 2. Okay, good job. So now if I have 2 sections, I am not going to put another post there because that's not what people do. You just continue and put a post. So you go section 2 and a post, section 3 and a post, 4 and a post, 5 and a post. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, if we have 2 sections, how many posts do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, if we have 3 sections, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, starting to see a pattern yet? If we have 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we have 5 sections of fence, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, 6. So the question was, how many posts would they need? Make a table showing how many posts. So there, we did that. Now, but question number 5 says, how many posts will be needed if the fence has 10 sections? So using the pattern that we know and without drawing a new picture, how many posts would it need for 10 sections? Good job. It would need 11 posts. Good job. So number 5 is 11 posts. Good job. All right, there was one more that I would like to do with you guys because it's kind of a challenge. So we're going to go to the next page on page 319. And I wanted to work on this one here that does the class schedule, number 8. Okay, looking over here, we have all these classes that we have to figure out. Okay, number 8. The missing classes in the schedule to the right are math, science, reading, spelling, and social studies. So just like when our schedule, we have to fill this in. Math is after morning break. Okay, so if the morning break is here, math can either be here, here, or these. Okay. Spelling is at 9:40, so I know that this one is not math. Reading and science are in the afternoon classes. So if this is reading and science, what time is math? Well, we have to come back over here and we have to remember math is after this time right here. Oops, I just highlighted the whole thing. Oh no, that is not what I meant to do. Delete those highlights. So if math is after this AM break, but I know that spelling is right here, what time is math class? Good job. Number 8, math is at 10 Good job. Okay, now, but what class is at 8:45 in the morning? So when I think about, if I know that this is spelling right here, and this is math, and I know that reading and science are over here, what class is left that we haven't put into our calendar yet? Nicely done. Number 9, social studies. Good job. By process of elimination. Okay, let's do this last one. Now, if science is before reading class, what time is science at? Well, if you remember, we kind of already know that reading and science are in the afternoon. But now we know that science is before reading, so what time is science? Good job, 12:15. Nicely done. Today's lesson can be a challenge because it is all problem solving, and sometimes you have to read the question more than once. Sometimes you have to read it 2 or 3 or 4 times to figure out. But please make sure that you are answering the correct question. Now, this is the last one for this topic, so we will be taking a math test, and the next one will be learning or doing the review pages, so remembering everything that we have done. I will do a review day, so please make sure to come to the Zoom if you're having any trouble with these kinds of questions. But please, it's always a great idea to ask your grown-ups at home for help if you need it, or please contact me and I will either call you or Zoom with you and we'll go over the answers and questions, and I will help you as much as I can. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Now, once again, to keep yourself getting smarter, continue on doing more of the problem solving and or even going on to the next page because there is one more page. All right, Eagles, have a great day.